Hitler, if not worse than Hitler. In fact, at the time, or actually this was even recently, I think, Benjamin Netanyahu said that Hitler wasn't even going to kill a Muslim, convinced him to do it. Like I'll need to find that clip. I think that's hold on, I'm going to actually find that clip. Netanyahu, Hitler, or maybe it's an Arab. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to play it. You'll hear the audio. But this is Netanyahu here.
Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews.
I guess I was watching things on double speed. Hang on. Let me slow that down a little bit.
Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews. He wanted to expel the Jews. And Haji al-Husseini went to Hitler and said, if you expel them, they'll all come here. So what should I do with them? He asked. He said, burn them.
So there you go. So Netanyahu, according to him, not even Hitler wanted to kill all the Jews.
So the Zionists are turning on the Zionists. This guy's name is Avram Berg. He's the former Speaker of the Knesset, which is their parliament, their Congress.
I'm hungry now.
And he's the chairman of the World Zionist Organization. So this guy is named Avram Berg. He's the chairman of the World Zionist Organization. And he has now turned on the Jews. The chairman of the World Zionist Organization has now turned on Israel and the Zionists because he wrote a Substack calling for The Hague to prosecute the state of Israel for crimes against humanity. Wow. Zionists turning on Israel is like having an allergic reaction to yourself.
Yeah, well.
So here it is. This is his Substack. He wrote, there he is. Jews, rebel now. A Jewish plea to the International Court of Justice. This is his Substack. So he talks a lot about how, there's always been these maniacs that hijack Judaism, and you have to revolt against them, and how they have done it in the past. And he goes on to say, the inner tension in the Jewish soul is still alive between the forces of domination, bloodlust, and silencing of others, and that Judaism of tolerance, openness, and dialogue. Now a great moral exaltation is required of all who refuse to accept the dictatorship of power and corruption led by Caesar Netanyahu and his coalition of apocalyptic zealots. Now is the time to walk out of the city, as Johanan ben Zakkai did, and rekindle a Judaism of morality and humanity. We have no institutions, no vast resources. We are scattered, often alone. We possess no military or government power, but we do have the spiritual and ethical strength of our past. We have Jewish history on our side. So he talked about how Jews have always been about tolerance, openness, dialogue, and it's these new Zionists, these Netanyahus, those people, how they've corrupted Judaism, of course. So that's what he's talking about. But if there's one thing Zionists are known for, it's how well they get along with everybody. Am I right? Come on.
Yeah, I keep telling them to be more pushy.
So that's how bad the Israelis are, and how evil they are. They've turned other bad, evil people against them.
Well, they already knew he was a problem before this supposed, we'll call it a war, happened. And it's just that the thing of that in-group preference thing, when it gets stoked to that degree, it takes a lot for you to go against Bubby and Zadie and say this isn't right. But guess what? A bunch of people did.
Now they're doing it. He goes on, he says, that is why we can and must stop the flow of blood. Here is how we can begin. We need 1 million Jews. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? Just 1 million Jews, less than 10% of the global Jewish population, to file a joint appeal to the International Court of Justice in The Hague, a collective legal complaint against the state of Israel for crimes against humanity committed in our name and under the false banner of our Jewish identity. It is time to say enough. So there he is calling for Jews to petition the International Court of Justice in The Hague to prosecute Israel. Wow. And that entity that pretends to be a religion that is poisoning everyone and everything will prove itself to be what it is when it attacks even the Jews who protest. They've already done that. I've showed you what they do to the Hasidic Jews who don't go along with their Zionism and their genocide in Gaza. They just beat the hell out of them right on the street. 2 suns will rise on that day. This is the chairman of the World Zionist Organization says, 2 suns will rise on that day. One will shine within the Jewish firmament, casting light on our inner darkness and replacing fanaticism with our moral clarity. The other will shine across the world, declaring that among Jews, there are those who resemble the worst criminals of the nations, and there are those who, without fear or favor, stand against them. Yes, Hamas committed heinous crimes against humanity, but none of that justifies Israel's actions in Gaza's sense. This is the moment of reckoning, and we must not run from it. So this is my plea. If you are an individual, a community, or a Jewish organization anywhere in the world, and you are shaken by what Israel is doing, if you align yourself with the values of humanistic Judaism, with basic moral decency and collective responsibility, join this historic initiative. Not by turning to weapons or power structures, but to the conscience of humanity. Turn to The Hague. In our appeal, we shall declare we will not allow the state of Israel, which systematically inflicts violence upon a civilian population, to speak in our name. We will not allow Judaism to be a cover for crimes. This is not a rejection of our people. It is a defense of its soul, not destruction, but repair. We are thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, 1 million Jews who simply say, we are here and we are against it. Conscientious individuals whose souls are stirred, thinkers, scholars, clergy, artists, jurists. The time is now. Connect, sign, organize. Raise the Jewish voice of moral resistance. The light exists. It only needs many candles. I really hope activist readers will raise to this call and initiate it. So they've lost the chairman of the International Jewish Organization, International Zionist Organization. They've lost that guy. Even he says, we need basic morality.
Probably going to be some kind of retribution against that guy, is my guess.
My guess is there are going to be some pictures of him with a duck. I say get ready to have earthquakes that just hit specific condominiums and storm clouds that form in your living room once the Zionists realize who is at their gates. So Zionists, tough to like. Even
for Zionists.
Even Zionists can't stand Zionists. That's amazing. So
half of Israel moved to Cyprus, by the way.
And if you'd like to hear my jokes about Zionism, which they're very cutting, you can come see me in Rutherford, New Jersey, or Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Appleton, Wisconsin, Chicago, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Louisville. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets. Over to Steph.
Okay, he's done it again. He's done it. Roofer. But have you ever been? No. Have you ever been?
Have you never been?
Unvaccinated guy. Thank you. Polly. Thank you, Polly.
When were you last there at all? I've never been. You've never been.
Blessing.
I didn't want to be held hostage there by Netanyahu to get more missiles from America. I guess that's why I never went. What an ass.
Blessing of Satan, from the gates of hell himself. F YouTube. Butter used to break you, she said. F YouTube. I don't get that. Nito. Did Trump call in the Guard for protection against arrest? He's sold out to Bill Clinton, who's running the bureaucrats through the Clinton Foundation. Does this mean that we can have a fart butter? F, thank you.
I hope so. Come to me.
Back to Jimmy.